Hey, so I had an interesting workflow using the terminal. The plan is to show you how to email a YouTube, and in order to do that, I was trying to prep this. I'm using this keyboard more because I'm starting another run of those 3.1s, a Signum 3.1 with the number rows. That's number wing, and I wanted to get this launchpad working as an input device here. And I already have it, but I was getting it prepped so that it can run in the background, and I figured that might also be useful. So here I am on my local box here. Oh, I'm already detached. Okay. So this is a regular terminal session, and you can actually read this on the screen, which is pretty neat, finally. So I'm going to log into a Tmux session, which is a terminal multiplexer? Multipass? A just means attached to whatever the session is. So you can see I've got 3 bash sessions open here. The first one, well, I want to get this Novation Launchpad thing working first. So I'm going to go into this, let's see, yeah, it's in Dropbox. There we go. So this is a neat little script found on the internet for handling streamed output, or piped output, I guess. So, and it's just a bash script, which is pretty neat. So I want to make sure that this device is showing up on here first, and I want to test the output here. Actually, let me just go over this real quick. There we are. So here's the command that we're running with a -p for Launchpad Mini. Then we are piping it to this bash, this line of bashiness, basically, which is while input file stream, I believe that is, and it's reading that input separated by commas, I believe. I'm not quite sure. Bash was never my strong point. I always use something else, but we can test it out so we can make sure that we're like on our way to running. And if I'm going to change that mode line, I'm going to change the there we go. Pretty. So we want to be able to test our output as we go, and this is something that's definitely part of my workflow when I'm working in doing any kind of coding. You might notice here there's some sample output for what normally comes out of this. Actually, that's the command I ran to get that. So let's go ahead and copy that. I think that works, actually. Pretty sure it works. Well, in case it doesn't, well, let me find out, actually. Let's see. I'm in Suckless Terminal, so I'm pretty sure it's this. No? Oh, it's insert? Nope. Oh, I don't have that code. Okay, so this keyboard's a little bit old on the firmware. That's why I want to add this up here so that I can do some special buttons on it. Right, so I want to be able to run this code right here real quick. And in Vim, it's really easy. You can just run a bang here. Well, except we don't want to do that. What is that? I don't know what that is, and I would like it to stop. I don't know what that is. JK. There, see? And you can run that, and then it'll actually pop out to a terminal, except you're not going to get be able to escape it or to like monitor it and stuff. So that doesn't really work for what we're doing. So Control C to exit. We exit this command. We still want this, but we want to be able to drop this into another terminal session. So we want it to be like running next to itself. So we'll split our screen on our Tmux session. Just if you're not familiar with Tmux, here's a 1 bash session, or 1 bash window. Yeah, window. Here's another bash window. And then here's the one that we're in right now. So we want to split what we've got so that we can monitor the output. And we do that by doing one of these. I think I'd rather go like this. Yeah, I think that's going to work better. So there we go. We've got this text. We want to get it down here, and we're not going to use our mouse because mice are for people. Like, I don't know, tricks are for kids. So we're going to use Tmux's lovely clipboard integration. Wait, I already integrated? Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. There's another video on clipboard integration. Don't worry about it. So when we open Tmux's copy mode, you can see that letter, this pops up here when that is the case. Now I'm actually moving outside of Vim. So like I can go down in the status line. So that's super weird, but that's okay. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to go down a window, and then we're going to Tmux paste it in there. Boom. So now we can watch, make that a little smaller, this, and see what the event control is. So that's note 121, and that's the velocity. So I would like to change that to super 1, and 112 is 13. Cool, huh? That's Vim. I think I could do the same. No. Ooh, that's cool. Oh wait, do it again. There we go. Oh, 4, 1, 2. Oh, this was 12. Okay, that's why. Yeah. Super 5. So now when I do this, I'll be able to, let's do it one more time, because we're running the script too. I think that's, I don't know if that's executable. There we go. Now if I press this, it should actually change the screen. Or I could do 13. No, 13's reset up there actually. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't, I didn't do that correctly. C, 15, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 16 is Control C, Control V, Control A, Control Z? What's 9? Yeah, 19. Okay, so that's, that's weird. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. That's the right amount. That is the number of the counting. Oh, it's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's only 4. Okay, that's fine. This looks good now. We'll save that. We'll run this. And I don't think I can monitor the output. Nope, I'm monitoring the output. That's pretty neat. I didn't know I could do that. 1 doesn't come up because I'm a derp and I didn't make 1 come up. 1. There we go. Kill that, start it again. I don't know how I'm able to monitor this on both scripts, but I am. So, whatever. So now I can change windows, or change screens. There we go. 3, which I don't have. 3 is over here. 4 and 5, I think. Yeah. No, I didn't do a 5. That's 16. 16 is Control C. So this should actually get me back. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. And then Control C, Control V. Alright, so now I can flip windows. I don't know why that was important to do, but it was. So, get that mouse out of the way. So this is a pretty interesting script. So down here I have an active bash script running. It's doing a, it's listening to this output down here. What can I press? This? I'll still be where I am? Yeah, okay. It's listening to this output, and it's responding here by doing these different things. And this is the xdo tool is sending the key super 3 for my window change. Let's expand that. There we go. So I've just expanded that pane out so that it takes up the whole area, but the rest of them are still down there. So that's how I flip screens. So now I can use this. This is what I figured that this would be useful for you to see, just because I'm like, I do stuff and they're like, what was that? What was that? I don't know what's interesting anymore about what I do, so I think it's just all interesting. Right, so I was going to teach you to email a YouTube. Emailing a YouTube. So from here, I'm going to go back. I don't know what this bash screen is going to be for, but I know what this one will be for. There we are. Remember those who are in prison as though in prison with them, and those who are mistreated, since you are also in the body of Christ. That's custom, obviously. So now, as you can see, I've just SSH'd into my server. This is a completely different server. Localhost. Okay, I didn't really name that server. But I'm still in my local Tmux session. So there we are. I'm still, editing this file, finding out what's good. We go back over here, and this is this screen listed as SSH, and we can rename that. I will call him Linode, because that's where it is. Now I'm on the Linode server, right? So now I'm going to get into my server here. And this is the, I think that's my Python web server. Yeah, this is a little confusing. Didn't invert this. Okay, so let's invert it. So I have two Tmux sessions running here. One is up here, is the local host, and one is down here, the Troy X220. This is the computer that I'm actually on right now. And then this is the server up here. So the status lines look a little weird, and I've been inverting them because it makes it a little bit easier, and I apparently haven't done it on this box. So let's do that now. And the way I do that is by opening up my Tmux conf file. There we are. And then something about color. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like that. Status BG color do. I don't remember how to do this. To reread. I do, actually. Except that's on... I think that's on another box. Yeah. No, not there. Maybe it is on another box. Okay, never mind. Control G. That's my Emacs. So anyways, I'll just set this to inverted. The status, background, and foreground are set to something, and you can change any of these settings at any point, really, by going to doing your special key : brings you up the command for your Tmux session. Equals... Oh. There we go. And now we can British color. Very good. All right. So that's that. Let's leave that open just for giggles. You having a giggle, mate? There we are. So now we can see my Tmux session down here is the local session is a slightly different color. It's inverted, and this is the different color up here. So now we will go to our status screen. Oh, this is all messed up. There we go. This didn't really sync up correctly. I'll have to review this and make sure I don't have any weirdness in my email box. Right, I said I was going to tell you how to email a YouTube, and I will. And I'll press these fancy buttons to do it. So here's my YouTube. This is an email. This is a Mutt email client. So I'm not running Chrome. I'm not running anything to check my email. I'm using this terminal session to keep my mailbox open and to look at it and do whatever I need to do with it. And you can see I've got this spread out right here. This is just one of these tabs on this Tmux session. So I see this YouTube video that looks really fancy, and I say, oh neat, I would like to listen to that. But most of these are probably, YouTube ponders removing the dislike button. Most of these are usually just podcasts, so it's really just audio that I'm listening to. So how do we email a YouTube? So here's our email, and here's our YouTube link. So what we're going to do, remember how we copied something in the Tmux session before? I'm at my local Tmux session, and I'm looking at a remote Tmux session. So what I want to do is I want to copy it. Yeah, I'll do it on the... No, I'll do it on this box. Yeah, I'll do it on the server. So I've got my local Tmux session, I've got my remote Tmux session. I'm actually going to copy it on the server side. So we will hit the Tmux key for that side of where we're looking. There's my cursor, and then this guy popped up again, so I'm going to copy stuff. And there we go. So there's our link. And now we've just copied our link. And now we will go to... Oh wait, where are we? What is it, W? Yeah. I forget where I put that. I think I left it in another... This is a list of my windows that I'm in right now. So let's switch to dev side, I think. Yeah. This is the Emacs. The Emacs that runs all the fancy stuff, my notes and things like that. You can see that, right? Yeah. All the beautiful ASCII art. All kinds of cool stuff. Including, of course, charts and formulas for spreadsheets. Pretty neat. But that's not why we're here. We're here. There we go. That's where I want to be. So this is my YouTube section. And what I have is a... so I've copied my YouTube link. Now, I'm going to use YouTubeDL. I'm getting some weird autocomplete issues. That's weird. But there's YouTubeDL. The thing about YouTubeDL is it has really weird syntax. So weird that I'm just like, I don't even want to bother. I use it so infrequently I don't even want to remember the syntax. So I use cheat sheets. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab first my YouTube link, which I've got here. I just pasted that into the shell. Now, obviously that's not going to do anything in the shell, but what it can do is once it's in the shell, I can edit it using Control-X, Control-E. And now I can modify my input however I want it so that it runs, so that I can use Vim to text edit my current line that I'm going to execute. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And you can do this with multiple commands too. So if you want to, do something, do multiple things, you can open this edit command and then close it, save it, and then it'll run all those commands in order. So you get all the benefits of your text editor in your, for your, whatever your complex command is. So I've got this here. So what's my YouTubeDL syntax? Well, I don't really know it, so I made a reference to it, which is saved in, there we are, YouTubeDL syntax. So I'm putting re at the beginning here because normies get out. That's actually short for read. And then up comes my YouTubeDL syntax. So that's all one line here. So we'll go ahead and yank this guy out, cut that out, and paste it in there. So now we've got our full syntax, and I just dropped in that line. Now, after it's done, I'm not sure if I want to do that. That would rename everything. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But suffice to say, this is my this is what I would do. So I have this. Get me out of here. My Emacs and my Vim are crossing over. So I have this open, and if I wanted to add something else, I could get the shell input from, or the input from another command. And I do have the input from another command for something that I want to use that would rename all these files to anything that has a space in it to put an underscore in there. So I actually saved that information over here. There we go. There. There we go. Rename file spaces, file name spaces to underscores. And that's the command basically that I'm looking for. Now I could just copy this right here, and that's the continuation of it. I could just copy this, but that's like cheating, man. Who wants to flip windows and reference this thing? So let's go back and I get the output here. So I think the output would be, remember how we did the read function and it read the output, it read a file and it brought the output into this text buffer? I think we can do this. Oh, that is a shortcut. There we go. It has this weird glyph at the beginning of it. It doesn't make much sense to me. Let's get rid of that. So where is my rename? There it is. So that's what I want here. And I don't care about the rest. So this is what I would run afterwards. This is what I would run afterwards. I would just write and quit out of here, and then this command would run afterwards and rename the file to, well, basically change any of the spaces into underscores. And that's running on all files, which I don't want it to do. So I'm going to take that out. But if I did, and just to prove it, actually, I can do current working directory. So now I exit. I write quit. And once I write quit, it executes that command. And now on my server, YouTubeDL is running to download the file. It downloads it as a WMA or WebM. Yeah, it downloads it as a WebM, and then it does the conversion to MP3. And that conversion actually takes a little bit of time. It's not a super beefy server because, I mean, hey, it's just got, you know, it's just got, it's just running text, man. Now at any point, I can come back here. It looks like it's done, actually. Neat. So now I have my file. Did it come through as an MP3? Yeah, there it is. So let's actually do that. I happened to copy that thing. Yeah, there it is. There we are. So now we've just changed that so that it now has, instead of spaces, it has underscores. So that's pretty neat. So now I've got the file. And the file is located on my Dropbox. Yeah, so it's located on my Dropbox. And if I wanted to get it from another device, as I would on my... How long is this video? Just seriously, 25 minutes. I don't even understand what I'm doing anymore. So I have this phone, the phone that's a PDA. I want to get it to that phone. So how to do a file transfer, you know, quickly and easily. And the best thing I have for that is actually this. Have it in an L. No, I already got rid of it. Nope, there it is. So check it out. This is just reference data. It's weird. My home isn't working here. Serve current directory with typos on port 8000. So if you got Python, you've got simple HTTP server, you can just run that, and then that will open up a simple Python server that serves that folder to you. So that's pretty neat. This file actually should sync across to my local box, because I did that on the server for some reason. Because the server's faster for processing the MP3 transition or conversion. So I want to go back to my local box where I'm actually on this computer, and that's this bar down here. So I can click, or I can do whatever here, but I also have just a separate command for that. Here we're still monitoring our notes, so we can use this cool launchpad device. But here, let's do that's there. I can actually do this. Can I show this to you? I think. Do I have 4 over here? Yeah. There we go. Not now. Localhost 8000. Nothing. Go back here, and I'm on my local box. This is the bar for the local box. And what was it? Python. Oh, so I'm not going to type it out. I actually remember it, but I'm not going to type it out. So here's this, right? So here's my copying session for my server-side Tmux. So this is on the server, I'm copying that. But what I want to do is copy it on my local host, on my local computer. I don't want to copy it here, I want to copy it here. So we can actually do that exactly the same. Actually, I don't need that. That's equals. Equals brings up a list of your... I probably don't want to bring that up. I don't know what's in there. I've already got enough stuff I had to modify so that none of it's visible. So this is on the server side. And on the server side, I can copy things, but also on this side I can copy things in this Tmux session, but I can also copy things in this local Tmux session. Because if I make a copy, you know, these are 2 completely different Tmux sessions, and I'm not syncing. That'd be pretty neat. I could do that actually, but I won't. No, I won't. I'm not syncing the clipboard between these 2 Tmux sessions. Right. So I'm going to copy in my local. I keep hitting the wrong button. Oh, it's because I have extra keys up here. I normally don't do this. I normally do a different thing. And now it's not letting me get out. Escape! I don't know, I don't want you to type that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it will do. Control C gets me out of that. There we go, okay, cool. Right, so I want to copy this using my local Tmux session, which is over here. Ta-da! And now I can go to that session, yeah, that's the one, and paste in from there. Doot. There we go. I'm going to go back over here. So our local host, and there's our directory listing. So now you can hit this on your, local cell phone, your cell phone that's just connected to Wi-Fi, and click any of these links and it'll start the download process. So that's a very strange and wild workflow, a meandering workflow. When I did this originally, I saw an interesting YouTube video and I wanted to put it on that phone. It took like 3 minutes, and somehow when I explain all of it, it takes 31 minutes. Great. I'm going to try to start breaking down some of these things into smaller videos. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense to do, but it's harder for even me to find stuff in the videos, because I'm like, I remember I mentioned that somewhere, and it's like in a few minutes out of a long stream or something. So I figured if I could cut these up into smaller bites, then it would be easier to find them and to, get exactly what you're looking for. Didn't Troy say something about that sometime? More coming soon with this. So that's how you email a YouTube. There's some other, and that's how you launchpad actually. So that's pretty cool. And then that's how you 3.1. That's how 3.1 works. You just smack the camera. That's how Signum works. Right. So let me get out of here. And there's our Python server still running. Just be careful where you run that, because that's like basically totally open and a semi-popular port. Don't run that on your Linode server. Definitely don't. All right, I'm out of here.